Hello friends, today we are going to study how to calculate compound interest and multiple choice questions on compound interest. So subscribe this channel for more videos. Also press on the bell icons for notifications. So let us start the video. So friends, firstly, what is compound interest? So the meaning of compound interest: when interest is added to the principal at the end of each period and the total so obtained is treated as principal for the next year, then the interest so obtained is called as compound interest. So this is the meaning of compound interest. So everyone know that when compound interest is calculated, compounded half yearly, monthly or quarterly, so the interest is calculated for that period and it is added to the principal, and after that it will be considered as a amount for the next period. So the interest is obtained on that amount for the next period is called as compound interest. So how it is calculated? So we can see here the formula. If principal is P and the rate of interest which is denoted by R and number of periods so which is denoted by N, then the amount at the end of the period in compound interest will be calculated by using this formula. Amount is equal to P into bracket 1 plus R upon 100 bracket raised to N. By using this formula we can directly calculate the amount in compound interest. Then the compound interest is given by, so what is compound interest? So compound interest is equal to amount minus principal. So we know that the formula for amount, so formula for amount minus principal, so we can write it as in a simple form: compound interest is equal to P into bracket 1 plus R upon 100 bracket raised to N minus 1. By using this formula we can calculate directly compound interest. For detailed study on compound interest, you can see more videos on compound interest, how to calculate compound interest, how to calculate compound interest compounded yearly, compounded half yearly, compounded quarterly and compounded monthly. So the link is given in the description box. So please see more videos for detailed information. Now we can go through the multiple choice questions. So the multiple choice questions will be asked on compound interest like this. So the first MCQ number 1: how much is the compound interest on rupees 5,000 at 4% per annum for 5 years? So this is the practical based question. So here you have to calculate the compound interest by using the formula for compound interest, and options are given: A rupees 2,000, B rupees 1,083, C rupees 1,000 and D rupees 10,000. So here what is the question? How much is the compound interest? So here you have to calculate the compound interest. You have to do more practice, you have to solve more example on it, so it will be give you the excellence. So you have to study the formula, so understand the formula and solve more example on it, so it will be very easier to give the answer of this question. So basically in this example what is given? So principal is rupees 5,000, terms in years it means N, 5 years, period is given, rate of interest so which is denoted by R, 4% per annum, and what is the question? How much is the compound interest? It means here we have to calculate the compound interest. So you can use the formula for solution. Compound interest is equal to P into bracket 1 plus R upon 100 bracket raised to N minus 1. So put these values in this formula. So it will be 5000 multiplied by 1 plus 4 upon 100 bracket raised to 5 minus 1. So this example is given for the compound interest compounded yearly. If there is no additional information is given, so we can consider it as a compound interest compounded yearly. Now firstly solve this bracket. So it will be very easy how to solve this bracket. So 1 plus 4 divided by 100, it means you can use direct calculator, or it will be 104 divided by 100, it means 1.04 bracket raised to 5. So this is the trick, you have to solve this bracket in a simple manner. So 1.04 bracket raised to 5, so directly calculate it on the calculator. 1.04 bracket raised to 5, then minus 1. So here this minus 1, so directly you can directly minus 1, so it will be 1.04 bracket raised to 5 is 1.2166 minus 1, so it will be 0.2166. so 0.2166 multiplied by 5000. So this is a very simple step. If you do more practice, so it will be very easy to calculate this and you will be get answer. So 5000 multiplied by 0.2166, so it will be 1083. It means here compound interest is rupees 1083. It means the correct answer is option B, rupees 1083. So here option B is the correct option. So in this way you can solve this example and give the answer of multiple choice questions. Sometime here the question will be asked how much or what is the amount on rupees dash dash dash, like this. So this question will be asked in the various ways in the examination. So make practice to solve examples like this. Next question. Question number 2. What is the difference between compound interest and simple interest on rupees 5000 for 2 years at 10% per annum compounded yearly? So firstly you have to read the question carefully. What is the question? What is the difference between compound interest and simple interest on rupees 5000 for 2 years at 10% per annum compounded yearly? So compound interest is charged compounded yearly, and the options are given here: rupees 50, B rupees 500, C rupees 100, and D rupees 1000. So I am giving here only hint to how to solve this example. So the hint for calculation, very easy. So firstly you have to find out the simple interest on the given information. It means what is the simple interest? So simple interest is equal to PRN divided by 100. It means P is the 5000 multiplied by rate of interest is the 10. So 5000 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 2. So you divided by 100. So you will get the simple interest. So it will be rupees 1000. Secondly, you have to find out the compound interest. So use the formula for compound interest and calculate the compound interest. So it will be very easy. You have to understand the formula for compound interest. So firstly you have to solve the bracket. So in bracket 1 plus R upon 100 bracket raised to N. So R is here 10%. It means it will be 1.01 bracket raised to 2 and multiplied by 5000. So which is very easy. So it will give you the answer. It means compound interest. So compound interest will be rupees 1050. Now you have to calculate the difference. So compound interest minus simple interest. So compound interest is rupees 1050 and simple interest minus simple interest rupees 1000. So the difference between compound interest and simple interest will be rupees 50. So in this way you can solve this example. So the correct answer will be rupees 50. Option A is the correct answer. So there is a possibility to ask in examination the example or MCQ question on it. Now the next one, question number 3. What is the principal if it amounts to rupees 3528 at 5 per capita per annum compound interest for 2 years? So please read the carefully question. What is the principal? Here you have to calculate the principal. What is asked? What is the principal? If amount is given rupees 3528, rate of interest and the period is given, and the options are rupees 3200, option B rupees 2800, option C rupees 3000, and option D rupees 3100. So please understand, here you have to calculate the principal. Principal is always less than the amount. Principal is always less than the amount. So the answer will be less than the amount. But in this example, all the options are less than amount. So here you have to calculate the principal by using the formula for amount. So what is given? So I will give you the hint here how to solve this example. So amount is given rupees 3528, rate of interest is given 5% per annum, period is given 2 years. So you have to use the formula for amount to calculate principal. So what is the formula for amount? So amount is equal to P into bracket 1 plus R upon 100 bracket raised to N. So use this formula to calculate principal. So amount is given, so write down the amount. And what is the principal? So principal you have to take a P, you have to take a as it is and then solve it. So in bracket what is the value? So 1 plus 5 divided by 100, it means 1.05 bracket raised to 2. So number of years, 2 years. So 1.05 bracket raised to 2, calculate it on directly calculator. Raised to 2, you have to use the calculator. So by using the calculator you can calculate. So 1.05 bracket raised to 2, it will be 1.1025. So this amount or this value of bracket will be divided on the left hand side, and the value of amount is 3528. It means it will be 3528 divided by 1.1025. So directly calculate it on a calculator. So answer will be 3200. It means the principal will be rupees 3200. So the correct answer is the 1, option number 1, rupees 3200. So in this way you solve this example and you will get the correct answer. Now multiple choice question number 4. When simple interest and compound interest calculated annually for first year, then, so the options are simple interest is more than compound interest. Option B, compound interest is more than simple interest. Option C, both are same. And option D, none of these. So please understand here, when simple interest and compound interest calculated annually for first year, then when we calculate simple interest and compound interest on a same sum for the same period at the same rate of interest, so the compound interest is always more than the simple interest. But in this question, simple interest and compound interest calculated annually, it means compounded annually for first year. If we calculate simple interest for first year and compound interest for first year, then simple interest is more than compound interest. Is this correct? No. Compound interest is more than simple interest. So compound interest is more than simple interest. If we calculate the compound interest and simple interest for the whole period, for total period, for total term, so the compound interest is more than the simple interest. But here we have to calculate only for first year. So both are the same. So the compound interest for first year and simple interest for the first year, both are the same. So here the correct answer is option number C, both are same. So in this way we have to understand the question and then we have to give the answer. So the correct answer will be option number C, both are same. Next question. Question number 5. When interest is calculated on the amount in the previous year is called as, and the options are option A, compound interest, option B, simple interest, option C, present value, and option D, amount. So here when interest is calculated on the amount in the previous year, so for the first year interest is calculated on the principal and it is added to the interest is added to the principal is equal to amount, and interest is calculated on this amount. It means this is the definition of compound interest. So the option A is the correct answer, compound interest. So simple interest is the not correct. So present value is the different concept and amount is the principal plus interest. So here the correct option will be option A, compound interest. So you have to read the question carefully, think on it, and then you have to give the answer. Now next one. When compound interest compounded yearly, half yearly, quarterly and monthly. So here we have to just see this chart. I will show you here a simple chart so you can get idea about the compound interest compounded yearly, compounded half yearly, compounded quarterly and monthly. So compound interest when period is different from a year. So compound interest compounded yearly. So we have to use the same formula to calculate the amount and compound interest in compound interest. So here just we have to take the values. So when we use the formula to calculate the compound interest, we have to take n it means the number of years, and rate is R is the rate of interest per year. When the compound interest compounded half yearly, so you have to take the n, value of n, so number of years multiplied by 2. It means the compound interest is charged 2 times in the 1 year. It means after each half year. It means here number of years multiplied by 2, and the rate of interest. So rate of interest per annum is given. So here you have to calculate the rate of interest for half year. It means you have to divide it by 2. Then you will get the rate of interest per half year. In the same way for quarterly compounded, so value of n will be number of years multiplied by 4, and the value of R, it means rate of interest, so the rate of interest divided by 4. Rate of interest yearly divided by 4. Then for monthly, so in a 1 year, compound interest is compounded every month. It means in a 1 year, compound interest will be charged 12 times. It means number of years multiplied by 12, it gives the value of n. And the rate of interest for 1 month, it means rate of interest per year divided by 12. So it will give the value of rate of interest per month. So this chart will help you how to take the value of n and value of r in compound interest compounded half yearly, quarterly and monthly. I will give you a very simple example to practice how to calculate n and r. For 4 years at 12% per annum, what is the value of n and r for compound interest compounded yearly, compounded half yearly, compounded quarterly and compounded monthly? So I will give you here the chart. You will see this chart and understand the concept. Now the questions based on it. So multiple choice question number 6. What will be the interest on rupees 10,000 for 3 years at 12% per annum compounded half yearly? So this is the example on compound interest compounded half yearly, and the options are given here. Option A, rupees 9,738.23. Option B, rupees 10,121.96. Option C, rupees 4,185.19. Option D, rupees 3,600. So very simply it will be solved. What will be the interest on rupees? So principal is given, period is given and rate of interest is given, but it is compounded half yearly. It means you have to take n is equal to number of years. Here 3 years are given, but it is compounded half yearly. So 3 multiplied by 2. It means you have to take n is equal to 6. And the rate of interest. So rate of interest is equal to 12% per annum is given, but you have to calculate it for half year. So 12 divided by 2. It means it will be 6% per annum. So in the compound formula for compound interest, you have to use n is equal to 6 and r is equal to 6. It means in the bracket, what is the value? 1 plus 6 divided by 100 bracket raised to 6. It means 1.06 bracket raised to 6. So use this calculation. Use the calculator to calculate this, and the answer of this will be multiplied by the principal. So 10,000. So the answer will be, so you can calculate it on a paper and then give the answer. So the correct answer is rupees 4,185.19. So option C is the correct answer. Then multiple choice question number 7. Again the same question, but here the compound interest charge compounded quarterly. What will be the compound interest on rupees 5,000 for 2 years at 8% per annum compounded quarterly? So in this example, compound interest is charged compounded quarterly. So the options are given here: rupees 832, option B rupees 858.30, option C rupees 800, and option D rupees 1600.30. So what is the correct option and how to calculate this? So again you can use here formula for compound interest, but the value of n will be, so here number of years are given 2 years and the interest is charged compounded quarterly. It means number of years multiplied by 4. So 2 multiplied by 4, so it will be 8. So n is equal to, you have to use 8, and R. So rate of interest percentage per annum is given here 8% per annum. So for compounded quarterly, it will be 8 divided by 4. So it will be R is equal to 2. You have to use here R is equal to 2. So in the bracket, it will be 1 plus R upon 100 bracket raised to N. It means 1.02 bracket raised to 8. So use these figures in the formula of compound interest and calculate it. So it will give you the answer. So what is the answer? So the compound interest is rupees 858.30. So here option number B is the correct answer. So in this way you will solve example on compound interest, compounded half yearly, quarterly and monthly. We will see again 2 examples on it. So multiple choice question number 8. What sum should invest in State Bank of India at 4% per annum for 3 years to get rupees 19,510 as compound interest? So here a person want to invest some money or deposit some money in State Bank of India at the rate of 4% per annum for 3 years, and he wants to get rupees 19,510, and this amount is deposited in the bank at 4% per annum compound interest. So how much amount or how much sum he has to invest in the bank? So the options are given here. A, rupees 1,86,250. Option B, rupees 1,06,250. Option C, rupees 1,56,250. And option D, rupees 1,76,250. So here you have to find out the principal which gives rupees 19,510 as a compound interest. So here you have to use the formula for compound interest and calculate the answer. So you can pause this video for a minute, calculate the answer and comment in the chat box. So for this example, a person has to invest rupees 1,56,250 in the bank. Then he will get the rupees 19,510 as a compound interest. Then next question. A person invested rupees 1 lakh in a bank at 5% per annum compounded monthly. How much amount he will receive after 3 years? A person invested rupees 1 lakh in a bank at the rate of 5% per annum, but the interest is compounded monthly. Then how much amount he will receive after 3 years? It means this amount is invested for 3 years. So the period is given 3 years. Rate of interest is 5% per annum and the interest is charged compounded monthly and the principal is rupees 1 lakh. So what will be the amount? So here you have to use the formula for amount to calculate the amount in compound interest. So the options are given here: rupees 16,147.26, option B rupees 5,79,181.61, option C rupees 1,15,762.50, option D rupees 1,16,000, 147.24. So the option first is rupees 16,147. So here you have to calculate the amount, and amount is always greater than the principal. So here the first option is not correct. Then the remaining, so from out of these three options you have to select one. So for that purpose you have to calculate the amount in compound interest. So use the formula in compound interest for amount. So here R is the 5% per annum. So you have to take rate of interest for per month. So you have to make it, so R is equal to, you have to take 5 divided by 12. It means 0.4167. And number of years, so N is equal to number of period. So N is equal to 12 multiplied by 3 years. So it will be 36. By using this value of R and N, you can calculate the amount. So the principal is given rupees 1 lakh into bracket 1 plus 0.4167 divided by 100 bracket raised to 36. So the value of bracket will be 1.04167 bracket raised to 30. So then calculate it on calculator and multiplied by it rupees 1 lakh. So it will be 1,16,147.24. So the answer is this 1,16,147.24. It means the correct option is option D. So in this way, the multiple choice questions will be asked on the compound interest. So these are the some examples. So examiner can ask various questions by changing the value, by changing the sentences. And the last one question, which is very important: if the rate of interest is 14% per annum, what is the effective rate of interest if compounding is done monthly? So this example is depend upon the effective rate of interest. So this concept is very interesting concept. In some bank they are showing you very high rate of interest for the deposit. You if you deposit some money in the bank, so they will show you the rate of interest is 14%, but actual the rate of interest will be reduced when compounding is done. So in this example the compounding is done monthly. So the options are given here. Option number A 15.92%, option number B 16.67%, option number C 14.93%, option number D 14%. So how to solve this example, or how to identify the effective rate of interest? So I will give you here hint. Calculate the rate of interest per month firstly. Then calculate the amount taking principal as rupees 100. Then the interest will be amount minus P. So by using this step you can calculate the effective rate of interest. So interest will be, so here you will calculate the interest for 100 rupees, it will be 10. It means effective rate of interest is the 10%. So calculate this and comment your answer in the chat box. Yes, now the answer is 14.93 14.93%. So the correct option is 14.93%. So in this way you can calculate the effective rate of interest for a particular period when it is compounding monthly, half yearly, quarterly or yearly. Thank you all of you. Please see the description box of this video. Various MCQ videos in business mathematics and statistics are given here. So please see the description box. Links are given in the description box. Thank you all of you.